Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Founder IO podcast. As I promised you yesterday, I hope I can continue here talking about you can move to a better level, a different level in your founder career. I'm doing the same, and the goal of this podcast is to teach you and learn with you on how to become a better founder, how you can be a tech founder specifically, how you can learn to create, monetize, market, growth your tech product, which is pretty important if you are a developer. But mainly, this podcast is not only for you, developer. I am a developer. I've been in the software industry for more than 10 years. Been working with different uh, businesses from um, over 5 countries now. And I think I have a lot of insights, good insights to share with you today, tomorrow, and in the coming episodes too. So I hope you join me to this journey. I promise you, I'm going to keep here pushing content for you as much as possible. I will try to answer all your questions and at the same time answer all the questions that I have on this journey, which is, I think, is a pretty incredible journey. And by the way, today we're going to talk about one of the most important decisions you founders can make, needs to make in order to create a successful career in this journey. It's a pretty big decisions that you have to make. It's not the same set of skills that you need to be um, successful software engineer that you need to be a founder. The reason I'm sharing these ideas with you today is because I know you might be worried. I know you might be knowing or thinking of what is coming. AI is going to take your job. Um, this is not a podcast to discuss what AI is going to do with our jobs, but the thing is, you might need to change, you might need to evolve, and you might need to think differently in the coming years in order to you provide to your family. That's what I think. I don't think that AI will replace us. There will be always need for good programmers, for good developers. I think related with this specific topic that you just need to become a founder. You just need to become a founder. That's the only way to get rid of all the risk that will be increasing in the coming years thanks to AI. It's not only for you, it's not only for your career, it's not only in our industry, it's in every industry, it's for everyone. AI is going to take 80% of the jobs in the universe. Maybe not now, maybe not the next year, but I think we'll do it in the coming years, in the coming decade. So you will see like everyone will need to start evolving on their career, on their profession, and they start to choosing this path on, hey, let's see how I can make it, how I can create more opportunity for myself, and how I can create my own company. And the challenge here for us software engineers and for most of the professional developers um, and not founders, right, is that mostly all of us, what they follow as a career and is just a seniority. We want to be we're starting junior, we want to be senior, we want to be a software developer 1 2 3, depending on the company you are, you want to end as the lead. I don't know, whatever your goals are, but for my experience, everyone sees in their goals as a better software engineer in a better company in a better position, which is the reason I'm talking to you today in this podcast, in this episode, because I'm going to talk about the founder's most important decisions you have to make. So you have to make pretty big decisions in order to you transition from the software developer career to a founder career. The good things though is that you can use mostly all your knowledge, the knowledge that you have. You have to evolve how you think, how you act, how you program yourself in order to be successful in this journey. Hopefully, I can spare some sparks with you today and in the coming episodes about it. I have eight. So as I said before yesterday, I don't have time to create scripts. I hope in the future I can have more time and be better prepared. But for now on, I will just share with you the answers that I've been finding myself and my experience. I've been already failed three SaaS companies, and I've been involved pretty intense with a lot of good developers and founders. So I think I have a lot to share. So the first thing that you have to change and the first decisions is you need to get some equity and start thinking on getting a paycheck. And the transitions is pretty important. Equity is how you build wealth. Paycheck is just how you pay your bills. You pay your bills. But from my experience, having the mindset to make these transitions requires a lot of energy. And maybe that's the reason most of us didn't change the path previously. Because it's excellent you to receive that pay monthly or by monthly paycheck, right? So um, we have been doing it for so many years, and if you are an employee, you just created the habit of receiving it, even if you don't work enough in that specific amount. That's the truth, and that's a hard truth. I have to start today telling you. So you have to start thinking on create equity, positive equity, and not purchase. The second biggest decision you have to make is how you successfully measure your knowledge, your skills. I used to believe that the way that I learned was one of the best way. I've been all my career learning different skills and different tools. The reason for that is because I think and I was hoping that as I read more, as I get more certifications, as I buy more books, I will get smarter and I will get my goals faster. The truth is that that's not true. So there is no correlation from my personal experience on that relates the books, the language, the the certifications you do with your income. There's no relation from that. What the only thing that relate correlates with your income should be your actions. So you have to make a lot of actions. You have, if you are an employee, you have to create pipeline of new opportunities coming in. If not, you will stay in your job for years and you will not increase your income. It doesn't matter how many certifications you make, how many books you read. That's my personal opinion. I respect yours, but that's mine from my experience. So in the founder career, so as a founder, you will get paid for what you do. Maybe more if you increase your leverage in different areas. And that's the good thing, right? So you want to get paid more as you improve and put more your workflows efficiently. That's a pretty important concept that you cannot get from the work, from the 9 to 5 work. Learn to market is the third step that the third decisions that you have to make, how to market yourself, how to market your product. And this is pretty important. I in my previous episode I talked to you about the importance of marketing as you in your founding career. The truth is that, in my opinion, distribution is one of the most important things as that you have to dominate. And marketing is just one way of distribute your ideas, your product, whatever you want, even yourself as a person, as a software developer, as an engineer, as an innovator, as a founder. So you have to learn to market, and for most of you, that's a challenge. I understand that. That's a challenge. You spend mostly all of your time, and I'm talking to you, and at the same time, I'm talking to me, right? So don't get, I hope you don't get mad with me, but I'm telling you from my bottom of my heart what I'm feeling, and maybe that will give you some hope. Maybe that will give you some thinking, and then maybe you will change your mind a little bit, and you start thinking, hey, what Carlos is saying is correct. let me see what I can do to change it. So that's the only intent of this podcast, to help you understand your weaknesses, your strength, and coming with you and learn quicker on how to overcome them, right? So you have to market yourself, you have to push a lot of content, you have to use social media, which is mostly free, and you have to stop consuming and start creating. That's the total truth on how, by the way, this is one of the most powerful decisions you have to make. And you have to make it, if you do it, you have to make it for a lot of years. It's not just few days, few weeks of work. It has to be for a lot of years. That's how you guarantee that your content will be distributed with enough people for you can create a brand, and you can promote yourself, your products, your ideas, and you can do speeches, and you can do a lot of things that will help you leverage your founder journey. Okay, so the four item that I want to discuss with you, which I think also is important, is if you will code or not. Will you will code for your next company or not? I will share with you the decision that I made. I will be focusing, thanks to content marketing, to all these type of ideas, and I will be focusing on marketing. I will try to code as less as possible. If possible, I will not code. The reason I made this decision, and maybe you should do too, is that if I get good at something, you have to run a lot of threads at the beginning from the first time founder. Okay? If you follow me in this podcast, you will see that, and you will notice that with the strategy that I'm sharing with you here online, building in public, trying to get a SaaS with a couple of subscriptions that make you a couple of bucks a month, it will give you a good starting point, but it's just a starting point. What happens if you can leverage with content all the other income flows, and you can get some help from some friend to develop the application that you want. So in essence, the answer that I give to this specific item, if I should code or not, is I will code in case if necessary. I know how to code. I've been a software engineer for mostly all of my life. I'm coding since I'm a kid, and maybe you too. But the point here is that we are making a company where we are building products, and we are marketizing those ideas in order to get some attention, in order to grab some equity for some company that we might hope to be. My energy right now, um, it will be it will be on marketing. But if your answer is that you should become a developer, maybe you can do 50-50. Maybe you can do some development and also some marketing, but you have a cost there, right? I prefer to go all in one side and try to hide the other one. That's the answer. You can do both. There is plenty of people over there that are doing both. But in my case, I'm a father, I have a family, so I have a lot of time to spend um, with my kids. And yeah, that's the decision that I made. Maybe you are in a different family position than me, and you can spend more time just creating and developing, which I think it will be best for you. If you can create a lot of content and at the same time build that product yourself, that would be awesome. But again, I think, which this is another important person. Will you be in another important topic, another important decision? Will you start alone, or will you will start with some friends? You should start alone, but you shouldn't end alone. That's my answer to that question. In the entrepreneurship, or solo entrepreneurship is a famous term right now. I do like them. I think it is possible to start building products. If you go to Twitter and search for the hashtag building in public, you will see a lot of developers that are building some products, some single feature products, and they are selling it for a couple of $1,000 a month, and for that they can continue working on the project. And with that, they don't need to work on 9 to 5 if they don't want. Okay, you can do that too. Hopefully I can help you to do that, you to achieve that goal. I haven't achieved it completely yet, but I'm working with you to do it. Okay, but you have to make that decision to start alone, but don't finish alone, because you cannot create bigger things alone. And that's, I think, on my opinion, that's one of the biggest problem that I'm seeing right now. you want to stay, you want to start as a solopreneur and you want to stay there. On my opinion, that's not correct. The only reason you choose this path is to grow and grow and grow and expand yourself. The best way to expand yourself is to start as a solopreneur, founder, but you will need to grow your skill as you get better in this game. You have to get more friends and share with you and share the joy of having or being having a product that is successful, of being a founder that is successful. Okay, so the other topic the other idea and big decision you have to make is understand markets. So you are a software developer. I know you love technology. I know you love to learn new technology, new cool stuff. But when you make this decision or of being a new of becoming a founder, you have to understand businesses at least a little bit. You have to understand um, some important metrics that business um, you have to understand some basic accounting. You have to understand some basic strategies on the marketplace, how um, how to marketize. So you have to increase a different level of skill sets that it will hurt the amount of time and knowledge you will continue learning from the tech side, from the technology side. So that's a trade-off that you have to make, and it's a pretty important trade-off because it has a cost opportunity, right? Choosing this path has a cost opportunity. We're going to talk about cost opportunities. Is a pretty important term that you need to understand. But yeah, you have to learn a lot. Okay, and there are only two other decisions that maybe are not as important as the other six that I just mentioned to you. The first one is how hard you want to how hard you want to work. Sorry, I think I shouldn't comment on this one. If you want to become a founder, um, you will not have time to work. You will need more time than the one 24 hours to work. That's the truth. And you should see it that way. You should sleep less. You should work hard until you get your goals done, until you get to your target. That's the way it is because you're starting basically a band yourself. You're starting a dream yourself. And you have to work hard yourself. Okay? And the latest decision is if you believe that this journey will set you free. This is pretty important, but it's not as important as the other one. The truth is that maybe there is no freedom for us in this life, and I will not argue about this specific, but maybe you are free to take your own decisions and to create products that change other people's life, which right now maybe you are not. And that freedom is the only freedom that I need to take from today's podcast, and that's the freedom that I want. I want to create something that impact other people's life. I want to create something that change other people's life, that improve other people's life, and I want to be part of those decisions making process. Why? Because maybe on that process I can help more people than I'm helping right now. That's the answer of that important question. Okay, and I hope you answered that question. I hope you made that decision, and I hope you become a founder, a successful founder. I hope decades ago, and in decades um, coming decades, I will be with you on this journey, on this podcast, and sharing your success, sharing your ideas, sharing your learning, and I hope you definitely make that irrevocable decisions. I think most of us will need to do it at some point of our career, thanks to AI. I think most of us will need to find a higher purpose to create measurable targets and to remember that decisions, purpose, and target every day in order to don't get away of this journey. I'm Carlos Corrales. Thank you today for joining us in this podcast, in this episode. I hope it will be helpful for you. It keep you thinking, and see you in the next episode. Ciao. Bye bye.